everyone, it's Jessy. If you're stumbling across this video, it probably means you are curious about a Vipassana meditation course. Maybe you're feeling iffy and not sure if it's right for you, or maybe you're just generally curious and stumbled across this and have no idea what it is and you're like, what the fuck? I am going to talk about a few reasons why I chose to do it. Maybe it'll help you figure out if you're ready for it or it's something you even want to do. It's pretty insane, but it's amazingly, horrifyingly great. That does not sound pleasant. The outcome is beautiful, but you definitely have to work hard to get it. In this course, you're pretty much performing a surgical procedure and digging deep inside your soul and your unconscious mind. You're pretty much breaking yourself down to remove all the misery that's been built up inside of you. And that sounds insane and crazy, and it is. 10 days will feel so long, but I'll talk more about my experience in another video. I just want to go over the reasons why I chose to do it in the first place. Here are my reasons. I am in this period of my life where I am just so curious about myself. My coworker mentioned to me several times that he was all about meditation and that he went on this 10-day course a couple times and that he feels like it would be really great for me. But when that idea was first presented to me, probably a year ago, I feel like my mental state couldn't fathom the idea, something so extreme like that, especially because I had tried multiple times to meditate myself and I knew that I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't sure what I was looking for. It was a scary thought to not be able to talk to anyone for 10 days, not even be able to bring a book or pen and pencil. Although it was introduced to me, I was not ready for it. However, a year later, the idea came across again in my life, kind of taking everything as a sign, as well as following my own intuition. Maybe I just have to trust something that I'm not even sure of, but that's what it's all about. Just trusting the curiosity, your soul. I had noticed that I would think about death multiple times a day. Family member, like my mom or dad, getting in some tragic accident. I know why these fears came. I recently lost a cousin very suddenly, and my aunt was murdered a few months back. My fear of death kept growing. And it's not even my fear of me dying, it's the fear of if I died, how would my parents be able to pick themselves up again? It was just this intense thought that I would think of multiple times a day. Every single time I would step in a car, it would get to the point where I would think of scenarios that have never happened, might not ever happen, and I would make myself cry. Like as I'm driving, I would tear up. I told my coworker about it, and he had told me, that means I'm not really being truly present in the moment. Once again, that 10-day meditation retreat topic came about, but this time, the way I processed it was so different. It made me realize that, yeah, he's completely right. I'm thinking about things that never happened, might not ever happen. I'm worrying about things that are out of my control, and this is not what I want for myself. I want to embrace life as it's happening. I warmed up to the idea more and more. So then I started doing my own research. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos of how people's experiences were. I read so many articles. I'm pretty sure there was a BuzzFeed article. Everyone just said that it was intense, it was crazy, but the outcome was always amazing. I thought to myself, I can prove to myself that I can do this. If I know that this will give me greatness at the end, why wouldn't I do it? If I know that this is going to help me grow and this is going to help me be at more peace with myself and this is going to help me be more present, there's just so many pros that outweigh the cons. And to be honest, all the cons are so superficial. The more I thought that I could never do this, the more it showed me that I needed to do something like this. I had picked up a book recently called The Art of Stillness. And in that book, it talked about how being still has so much more benefits. And I had always been a person that prides myself on being able to work multiple jobs and being able to have this many group of friends and being able to multitask. That was my ego. That was my ego holding on to the fact that's what makes you awesome, because you work hard, you don't give up. Once again, I was being a victim of my circumstances. If I didn't work out, I would feel crappy about myself. If I didn't do this, I would feel this way. If I'm here, I feel this way. I didn't want any of that anymore. I wanted to be okay no matter where I was. I wanted to master my own emotions, my own mind. Everything led me up to this point of wanting to do this retreat. This retreat provides you with everything you need: water, shelter, food. Technically, us human beings don't need anything else. I wanted to learn how to be a human being and not just a human doing. I always had something on my mind. I had insomnia. I feel like my mind at the end of every night couldn't turn itself off. This is why I need to smoke weed. After reading the course schedule and what it entails, you wake up at 4 in the morning. You wake up to meditate for 2 hours. And I had been telling myself that I wanted to become a morning person. I work 2 jobs. It's really hard to fit in a workout. The only solution was to wake up earlier. And when I get home late at night, I stay up for a long time, and then I want to be social, I eat. I tried to train myself several times, and I knew that if I went on this course and got used to waking up at 4:30 a.m. every morning, that waking up at 7 a.m. in the morning to work out would be a piece of cake. I wanted to do it to kickstart some good habits that I've been wanting for myself. So during these 10 days, they feed you vegetarian meals, and it's not just basic salads, it's actually really great vegetarian food. And I kind of wanted to do an entire body cleanse. I am a girl that loves to binge. I'm high a lot and I eat a lot. I will literally have 6-course meals at 1 in the morning in bed. I'm disgusting. If someone is telling me when I can't eat, and it's healthy food, this would be a total restart. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I was genuinely curious what the 10 days would do to me. I read and heard that a lot of emotional pain comes back up, things that you thought you were okay about, you thought you were at peace with, and I wanted to see what things I kept in my subconscious mind that I never really fully processed. In my mind, I'm a pretty happy person. I feel like I'm pretty at peace and very optimistic, and I was very curious to see what was deep inside of me. I really wanted to learn how to properly meditate. I wasn't aware that there were so many different kinds of meditation. There's just so many different ways that people find peace throughout their day within themselves. I had no idea about this technique. I just wanted to learn how to properly meditate at the time. I would attempt, and I would always just find my mind wandering, and I would hear about this state of nirvana that people would reach, and I just never was able to feel that. I didn't know what I was looking for. I wanted to learn about meditation, period. I didn't even know what type I was getting myself into. The more you think that you can't do it, I think the more you need it. I truly believe that everyone can do this course. You would learn so much about yourself and it would be amazing. However, I do think that you need to be ready. You have to be at the right time in your life where you truly want it and you're willing to go through some torture and emotional pain and even physical pain to get it. 10 days is so minuscule to the rest of your life. If you just keep that in mind and keep pushing yourself, you're going to be amazed and so proud of yourself at the end for doing it. In a world where there's just always something to do, always something to think of, it's so important to know how to bring yourself back to the present moment, truly break yourself down, and you see your authentic self. You lose your ego. You become so much more aware. Minds are so trained to just wander and think back to the past or jump forward to the future. And it's really important and healthy for all of us to find the center in yourself. Hopefully, I persuaded you, or maybe I scared you. Either way, these were my reasons. Bye, guys.